The group has been guided by its founders' principles, which serve as its cornerstones to date. A robust vision and commitment to growth ensured the group's phenomenal rise and eventual entry into multiple diverse verticals across the globe. Ashok Leyland's trucks and buses have been moving the wheels of the Indian economy, cutting across several sectors for over 75 years. We are the second largest commercial vehicle manufacturer in India and one of the largest manufacturers of buses globally. With our range of defense and special application vehicles, we have been the largest mobility supplier to the Indian Armed Forces for decades. Now, our sustainable transport ventures are helping cities transition towards a greener future. Switch Mobility manufactures electric commercial vehicles using cutting-edge technology with a mission to promote green mobility on a global scale. To offset the acquisition cost of commercial EVs in India, Home Mobility offers its clients solutions on a pay-per-kilometer basis. Overall, decades of manufacturing and service excellence have truly made sure that no dream is too far. What do racing cars, sports teams, and films have in common? They have often carried the iconic Gulf logo. True to its brand values, Gulf has continuously evolved to meet the growing demands of customers, not only on land, but also at sea. In line with the emerging green mobility trends, Gulf is actively investing in several EV technologies across the value chain. NYSE-listed Quaker Houghton, the global leader in industrial process fluids, marks Gulf's presence in the specialty chemical sector. It continuously innovates to help industries improve their operational efficiencies. In 1994, the Hinduja family, along with members of the Indian diaspora, conceived and promoted a platform that launched IndusInd Bank. Today, IndusInd is one of India's best-performing private sector banks. It uses cutting-edge digital technology to offer industry-first banking products, services and fintech solutions to millions in India. In 2019, the bank acquired Bharat Financial, India's largest microfinance institution for those underserved by the formal banking system. Hinduja Leyland Finance, a leading NBFC, helps finance the dreams of many Indians, enabling them to buy trucks, tractors, cars, two-wheelers and more. Its subsidiary, Hinduja Housing Finance, is focused on fulfilling the aspirations of Indians seeking affordable housing. From universal banking to BFSI services, strategic acquisitions are on the anvil for foraying into insurance, asset management and securities businesses. Digital technology today is the backbone of commerce and the economy. HGS is a global leader in customer experience, digital transformation and business process management. Driven by automation, analytics and artificial intelligence-based solutions, HGS provides highly customized and impactful client-facing services for global corporations across sectors. Next Digital, which is the digital distribution division of HGS, offers solutions ranging from bundled broadband over satellite, OTT, to cable TV services across India. Hinduja Tech is an integrated vehicle engineering and digital technology services company shaping the future of mobility. It continues to develop and deliver award-winning vehicle programs and models that are already running on the roads worldwide. The group invests in innovative startups, providing them a platform to leverage its global network and capabilities. helping them scale into globally impactful businesses. Today, it is essential to find ways to generate power economically and in an environmentally sustainable manner. Through Hinduja Renewables, the group has been consistently pushing boundaries in the energy sector. The transformation of the historic Old War Office in Whitehall, London, into a luxury hospitality destination, housing the UK's first Raffles Hotel and 85 luxury apartments, is the group's signature project. Rechristened as the OO, it is envisioned to be counted among the world's top 5 hotels. Hinduja Realty Ventures works to create value in real estate assets held by the group entities, which are at various stages of development. In keeping with our founder's principle, work to give, the group views the purpose of entrepreneurship to go beyond profits and positively impact people and the planet. This is where the Hinduja Foundation leads the way through its several initiatives across multiple segments. The foundation runs several ultra-modern tertiary care hospitals on a not-for-profit basis to provide quality, affordable healthcare for all. These healthcare initiatives have led to a change in the lives of many. The Hinduja Foundation, in its education initiatives, drives the Road to School program, a holistic development initiative that helps children from underserved communities enrolled in government schools achieve significant learning outcomes. Additionally, it helps upgrade schools in rural areas and runs multiple scholarships for the underprivileged. The foundation has adopted a cluster of villages in Jawhar Taluka in the Palghar district of Maharashtra, using 360-degree interventions that positively impact lives and livelihoods. As India faces its worst water crisis, we try to do all that we can to prevent wastage and rejuvenate precious water resources. The foundation strives to preserve, protect and promote the glorious heritage and culture of India. Through the Hinduja Antiquity Collection, we curate and make available for research over 34,000 coins from 600 BC to 600 AD. We are the Hinduja Group, determined to create market-leading, world-class businesses, devoted to serving our stakeholders, dedicated to creating a sustainable world. As we grow and expand, we will stay committed to carrying out our dharma, to work so that we can give.
Inspired by the vision of our founder, Shri P.D. Hinduja, the Road to School program is one of the key initiatives of the Hinduja Foundation, designed to enhance educational access and experiences for the underprivileged children in rural areas. Starting with few schools, the program has now expanded to 7,500 schools across India, offering nearly 5 lakh students better educational opportunities and a pathway to bright futures. Overall, the Road to School program reflects the Hinduja Foundation's strong commitment to social welfare with a focus on empowering future generations through education in rural and underserved areas. Please play the video.
Education and livelihood are pillars that build a nation. And we at the Hinduja Group are part of this nation-building journey. Let's travel together and celebrate the path paved by our founding father and take his legacy forward. Starting with education. We met with lack of direction. we faced tough terrains. We confronted roadblocks of reality. We noticed a lack of access. And we saw barriers to inspiration. These were disturbing signs. It was time to pave a new path. It was time for Road to School. An initiative determined to take learning to India's villages, where we bridge gaps, promote holistic education, and nurture wellness. This helped us change the picture. We increased gender participation, improved learning levels, protected childhood rights, and inspired to excel. Since its presence in 2015, Road to School has made an immense impact. But the journey does not end here. This path came with its own set of challenges. It became evident that the road to school had to lead to a road to livelihood, a program we launched in 2022. Along this road, we laid milestones for the future. Guided careers, supported passions, and partnered dreams. We will continue to travel on these roads towards a horizon where children shine with promise and where young India leads the way.
The Hinduja Foundation's Integrated Rural Development Initiative, based in Jawhar Taluk of Maharashtra, aims to uplift rural communities and focuses on improving lives and livelihoods with its 360-degree interventions. The program has improved the quality of life for almost 80,000 lives.
Today is unlike any other day for Janu and his wife Vinu, farmers living in the tribal areas of the Jawhar Taluka in western Maharashtra. Because today, their son Prabhakar is coming back home. Prabhakar is one among millions of villagers who are forced to leave their homes to work in nearby towns and cities. Dependence on rain-fed cultivation and lack of livelihood opportunities has been driving the stress migration for decades. But not so for Prabhakar anymore, because something incredible is happening in the Jawhar Taluka, and he is returning home for good. For centuries, tribals living in the Jawhar Taluka have been dependent on rain-fed agriculture, which was marred by low productivity and degraded natural resources. Food scarcity and seasonal migration had become perennial features of the region.
माझ्याकडे थोडीफार जागा आहे, त्यात मी भात शेती लावतो. तर त्या भात शेतीमध्ये मला 10-12 हजार येतात. तर ह्या महागाईच्या जमान्यात 10-12 हजारात माझा संसार काही चालत नाही.
Depressed earnings was not the only problem plaguing these families. Drinking water was not easily accessible. The children were being deprived of school and education. Medical and sanitation infrastructure was almost non-existent. Life was precarious for both young and old.
माझी पोरं आजारी काही पडायची तर आम्हाला जव्हार किंवा पिपळशेत या ठिकाणी जावं लागायचं. पैसे खूप लागायचे, म्हणजे भाडं किंवा खर्च असं.
Unlike Prabhakar, there are many in the Jawhar Taluka with no land of their own. Their condition was much worse.
माझी परिस्थिती अशी होती की माझ्या आई वडिलांची जागा नव्हती. आम्ही दोघे बायको आणि मी बाहेर जायचं कामाला. काम मिळलं तर केलं ते खायला भेटत होतं, कारण काम एक वेळाला माणसाला 5-5, 6-6 दिवस बाहेर काम मिळत नाही.
The region was in need of an all-round intervention, and it needed it immediately.
We started work in Jawhar district sometime around 2015. What we have done is to adopt villages in this predominantly underprivileged area with the idea that our contribution will enable the people of this region to come up in a more progressive way, both from the economic point of view and the social point of view.
Under the comprehensive Rural Transformation Program, over 2,500 families across 5 villages who were in need of immediate intervention were identified in the first phase. In partnership with niche NGOs, the foundation introduced localized solutions that would work in the taluka. Farmers were provided with need-based training and agri-inputs such as high-quality paddy, vegetable, as well as fruit saplings.
The essence of our program is to enhance the income generation abilities of the local community in order that they stay put in their villages and avail of all the medical and educational facilities which we are upgrading here.
हिंदुजा फाउंडेशनची मीटिंग झाली, तिथे आम्ही गेलेलो होतो. तर त्यांनी सांगितलं की तुम्ही मोगरे लावा, त्यात खूप फायदा आहे असं. मला त्यांनी दाखवलं की असं लावायचे आणि इतकं अंतर ठेवायचं. तर 6 महिन्यातच त्याला कळी येऊ लागली. सध्या आता 1 ते 1.5 किलो कळी येते. तर सध्याच्या भावाला 400-500 रुपये रोज मला मिळतात.
That's over 100% jump in the family's income compared to previous years. Along with increased income, it was necessary to improve the nutritional status of the tribal families. This was made possible through the introduction of vegetable cultivation. Apart from home-level consumption, the vegetable cultivation helped augment the family's income by a further Rs 12,000 in the first season. But year-round cultivations such as these require water throughout the year, which was made available by construction of temporary check dams with the help of sandbags.
हिंदुजा फाउंडेशनने आम्हाला रिकाम्या गोणी सिमेंटचे दिले आणि त्या सिमेंटच्या गोणीमध्ये आम्ही वाळू आणि माती भरून हा बंधारा बांधला. तसेच खरोंडा या गावात सुद्धा एक बंधारा बांधलेला आहे. पिंपळशेतला 2 बांधलेले आहेत. ओझरला सुद्धा 2 आहेत.
Prakash is part of a group of farmers who were advised by the foundation to synergize their efforts through community-based farming. Together, the group owns 5 acres of land where they cultivate multiple crops throughout the year.
जसे हाताचे बोट 5 आहेत, हे 5 बोटांनी काम केल्यानंतर ते हाताला मजबूत येते. त्याचप्रमाणे जी आमची ग्रुप आहे त्या ग्रुपने एकत्र काम केल्यानंतर आम्हाला मजबूत आले.
Another initiative undertaken by the foundation in concert with grassroots NGOs and experts was the development of tree-based farming or wadis.
Wadi typically a 1 acre wasteland being converted by adding biomass and water resource development. 2 rows of forestry trees along with the mango and cashew. We also add the short gestation crops like vegetable cultivation and floricultures. After 5 to 6 years, the fruit will start getting income. Meanwhile, the family is also getting income from the floriculture as well as vegetables.
In each of these interventions, the foundation would provide hand-holding to the families for the first 2 seasons, after which the families would be taking complete responsibility of their cultivation, thereby making the interventions self-sustaining.
जेव्हा हे आम्ही बागात केल्यानंतर आमच्याकडे जे पैसे यायचे त्याच्यानंतर ते पैसे आम्ही त्या पोरांना शाळेत पोहोचवायचो. त्यांना जे कपडे वगैरे लागायचे ते सुद्धा द्यायचो. दिल्यानंतर ते पोरं सुद्धा खुशी-खुशीने राहायचे आणि आमचा जो परिवार आहे हा सुद्धा खुशी-खुशीने राहायचा.
Upgrading the local schools was yet another important objective of the Hinduja Foundation. Today, 5 schools from the region are being transformed into innovative learning centers.
It's really heartening to see that children are coming to school. Parents are being very enthusiastic and they're all sending the children to the school with the hope that one day they will succeed in this 21st century world.
Outside, Jivya has been contracted to repair the school furniture. Like Jivya, other landless laborers and women-headed families were provided with seed capital, training, as well as suitable income-generating opportunities. Today, these families have sustainable means of providing for their loved ones and are able to lead a dignified life.
एवढा मला भारी वाटलंय की मला गावातल्या गावात आणि घरातल्या घरात काम मिळालंय. ते मी आणि हिंदुजा फाउंडेशन आणि बाय मित्र संस्थेचे मी आभारी आहे की असाच गरिबाची सोय करतील आणि करू द्या.
Another focus area was empowering of women through self-help groups, where they were provided relevant training and introduced to savings and credit. It was heartening to see the tribal women being equally passionate in acquiring new skills and contributing to their families' welfare.
We developed a unique, sustainable, integrated livelihood model, which we call the P4 model: public, private, people partnership, which synergizes the capabilities and abilities of all the stakeholders involved.
A successful implementation of the P4 model is the upgradation of the primary healthcare centers at Nandgaon and Sakur, which are being carried out in coordination with the Hinduja Hospital and the Collectorate of Jawhar. Since 2012, the Hinduja Foundation has also deployed mobile medical vans across the region. Over 1 lakh patients have already been treated at these hospitals on wheels since the program began.
त्या गाडीमध्ये डॉक्टर असतात, नर्स असतात, तिथं गोळ्या औषध देतात आणि रक्त चेक करतात. म्हणून आमचा खर्चही वाचतो आणि वेळ पण वाचतो.
Along with healthcare, the foundation is ensuring that drinking water is easily accessible within the villages. The families are also being encouraged to build toilets within their houses. Students from Hinduja College lend a helping hand in the noble cause.
When you set out to change the lives of such a huge community, it is very important to see and integrate all the aspects of the development for the community. That is, setting up a livelihood interventions, agricultural interventions, water resource management, setting up a sanitation program, improvement in the drinking water facilities, community healthcare, women empowerment, and all other aspects of the community, so that there's a 360-degree development and overall enhancement of the community.
The impetus for this program is the great vision of our founder, Shri Parmanandji, which said that all economic activity for the downtrodden should be self-sustaining. And that is what is driving the ethos behind our program.
What we believe is that we are creating an example which we can then reproduce in hundreds of other parts of India.
तर आता मी आई वडिला बरोबर मी घरीच राहतो, व्यवस्थित देखभाल करतो. मोगऱ्याची लागवड केली तर मला आता चांगलंच उत्पन्न मिळतं, म्हणून मी आता शहरात जाणारच नाही. आणि कधी गेलो तर कपडे घेण्यासाठी किंवा पिक्चर बघायलाच जाईन.
Thank you for being a part of the journey into the world of the Hinduja group. We are still awaiting for the message regarding the arrival of the Honorable Vice President. As soon as he comes in, we'll directly go on to the function. For now, we request the audience to please switch off their phones or to keep it on mute and to be seated in their allocated seats. And students, please absolutely don't use your cell phones. Don't record, no selfies, no photographs, no recordings. And please don't put anything up on the social media. Thank you. Students who are seated in the balcony, kindly refrain from using your phones and please maintain silence. Thank you everyone for your patience. We have just received the message that the Honorable Vice President of India has arrived at the venue and he will be amidst us in a few minutes. So please be seated. I once again repeat the instructions for the students at the balcony level. Please remain seated. Don't make any unnecessary movements. Don't talk. Sit straight, please. Don't move around too much. Thank you. Honorable Chief Guest, Sir, esteemed guest of honor, distinguished dignitaries, respected faculty members, dear students, and ladies and gentlemen. It's with immense pride and deep gratitude that we welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the commemoration of 75 illustrious years in education through the Hinduja College. I now request the audience to please stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
This celebration of 75 years is a tribute to the past, an inspiration for the present, and a promise for the future. On behalf of the trustees and the management of Hinduja College, the principal, staff, and students, it is our utmost privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt and gracious welcome to our very esteemed chief guest, the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankarji, and I request Shri Ashok Hinduja Sir to welcome the Honorable Vice President with a pratima of Saraswati Ji, the goddess of learning. We are truly honored to have the second lady, Srimati Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji, and her presence adds immense grace to today's celebration. And I request Srimati Harsha Hinduja ji to welcome the second lady with the pratima of Goddess Saraswati. It's a great privilege to extend a warm and a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guest of honor, the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C.P. Radhakrishnan, and I request Dr. Chandrakala Joshi, Principal, Hinduja College, to welcome the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra with a pratima of Goddess Saraswati. Thank you, ma'am. And I now invite Shri Ashok P. Hinduja, Chairman, Hinduja Foundation, to give the welcome address.
Namaskar. Honorable Vice President of Bharat, Sri Jagdeep Dhankarji, Honorable Second Lady, Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji, Governor Radhakrishnan Sahab, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is indeed my honor to welcome you all as we celebrate a momentous occasion 75 illustrious years in education through the Hinduja College. Honorable Vice President, sir, we are so grateful to you for taking time of your busy schedule to be amongst us today. To all the students here, I would like to share with you that if humility and positivity are personified, it is our Vice President. Mrs. Sudesh Dhankarji, your graceful presence has uplifted today's occasion. Governor Sahab, you bring gravitas to the moment. Thank you. I have suggestion to make as the Chancellor of all state universities. You may consider introducing Sanatan values in the foundation of all the graduate curriculums. Because today, the younger generations are confused. They say why there are so many gods and goddesses, wherein in all other religions, you have only one. So it is important for the values to get into the curriculum. Thank you. Amidst the unprecedented challenges of partition in 1947, my late father and the founder of our group, Sri Parmanand Dipchand Hinduja, was deeply moved by the plight of thousands of refugees who arrived daily seeking hope and new beginning. He dedicated himself to helping them rebuild their lives with dignity and security. A philanthropist at heart, Sri P.D. Hinduja firmly believed in giving back to society. He often said, "My dharma is to work so that I can give." True to his words, he focused on two fundamental pillars of human progress, health and education. To address the immediate need of the refugee families, he established a primary clinic to safeguard their health and initially opened a primary school for the refugee children. Later, various trusts and foundations were created that were dedicated to the causes of education, healthcare, and social upliftment. What began as a small school grew over time, keeping pace and the rising number of students. My father, ever mindful of quality, was not one to shy away from the constructive criticism. When skeptics questioned the standard of education, he silenced them with action by enrolling his sons, Sri Gopi Hinduja and Sri Prakash Hinduja, in the very school he had founded. Ladies and gentlemen, that humbly primary school has since evolved into what we now proudly celebrate as KPB Hinduja College of Commerce. Today, it has become a beacon of excellence in education. Likewise, the primary clinic that my father started has today grown to become a set of most respected Hinduja hospital across Mumbai and Bangalore with a total capacity of over 625 beds. It also includes India's leading nursing college. Sir, we are also celebrating next year our 75 years of health. So the hospital was initially started in 1949. Honorable Vice President, sir, our efforts in promoting the cause of education are wide and holistic. We run a Road to School program where close to 500,000 children in class 1 to 8 from remote villages in Rajasthan to Meghalaya and Kashmir to Tamil Nadu are encouraged to attend government schools every morning. We work with the school administration by assigning a full-time resource person in each school who in turn works very closely with the faculty, the parents, and the community to ensure structured improvement in learning outcomes. In addition, they provide life skill exposure, teach health and hygiene standards, and also train the children in sports and art. They also motivate the children to engage in civic initiatives in the community. In addition, we work with the State Education Department in facilitating student assessment, teacher training, smart class management, and the upgradation of technological infrastructure needs of the schools. We are entering the 10th year of the program, and we aim to reach 1 million students soon. Apart from the above, we have created several avenues for higher education both in India and abroad. These include Dharam Hinduja Merit Cum Means Scholarship, where meritorious students are sponsored in their higher education up to their doctoral studies till they find a suitable job. We have created endowments like the Hinduja Cambridge Trust at the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and even created a center of Columbia University to research our Sanatan Vedic scriptures. As trustees, we Hinduja brothers have always strived to uphold a simple yet profound vision inspired by our father while following the set of educational curriculum. The first is education must be practical. Second, education must adapt to the times. I am proud to say that the college has constantly lived up to this vision. Over the years, it has received numerous accolades for its focus and corporate experiential learning, preparing students to excel as skilled professionals in the banking and financial services sector. Today, the college offers postgraduate and doctoral programs, and soon it will move to a larger, more modern campus to better serve its students. In the next few years, this institution is well on its way to becoming a deemed to be university. Honorable Vice President, sir, as we align with your government's call for Viksit Bharat by 2047, we are confident that the finance professionals nurtured by Hinduja College will contribute significantly to realizing this vision. Finance is the backbone of any enterprise, and our institution remains committed to equipping students with the skills and knowledge to strengthen this foundation for India's growth. Ladies and gentlemen, as we mark this milestone, we remain deeply grateful for the enduring legacy of Shri P.D. Hinduja and for the unwavering commitment of everyone who has been part of this journey. Together, let us continue to empower generations with the education that transforms lives and builds a brighter future. Jai Hind. And my special thanks to Praful Bhai, Mr. Milind Devra, Lodha sir. Thank you for coming for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Shri Paul Abraham, President, Hinduja Foundation, to address the august audience.
Honorable Vice President of Bharat, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar Ji, Second Lady, Mrs. Sudesh Dhankar Ji, Dr. Mrs. Sudesh Dhankar Ji, Governor Shri Radhakrishnan, Shri Ashok Hinduja, Mrs. Hinduja, dear students, teachers, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. As we commemorate the 75 illustrious years in education through Hinduja College, it is my profound privilege to highlight the remarkable achievements of this institution and share its vision for the future. KPB Hinduja College of Commerce has been proudly affiliated with the University of Mumbai. Over the years, it has emerged as one of Maharashtra's most prestigious educational institutions. Recognized for its commitment to excellence, the college earned the first ISO 9001 certification, was honored with the Best College Award by the University of Mumbai in the academic year 2010-11. In 2016, the University Grants Commission conferred upon it the distinguished title of College with Potential for Excellence. The recognition was followed by an important milestone in 2022 when the college was re-accredited with an A+ grade by NAAC and granted autonomous status by the University Grants Commission, affirming its dedication to setting high educational standards. Today, Hinduja College is home to more than 6,000 students and boasts an active alumni network of nearly 200,000 individuals. many of whom have gone on to hold leadership positions in various sectors. The college offers a diverse array of programs, including specializations in management, finance, banking, digital business, accounts, and more. Key courses include the likes of BBA, BMS, BFM, etc., and master's and doctoral programs and a range of certificate courses. Guided by the vision of our founder, Shri Parmanand Deepchand Hinduja, and the trustees' emphasis on delivering education that is both practical and contemporary, the college continues to take transformative steps in education. Honorable Vice President, sir, your government's new education policy of 2020 has been a significant inspiration for us. In alignment with its principles, the college now enables students to tailor flexible curriculum structures suited to their strengths and aspirations. To meet the demands of a rapidly evolving world, several credit-based electives and innovative courses have been introduced, including those that facilitate fintech, digital marketing, financial risk management, and climate finance. Co-option of artificial intelligence in business is the future, and new courses are on the anvil in the same area. These courses are designed to upskill students and prepare them for the future. The college places a strong emphasis on experiential learning, offering numerous internship opportunities, field visits for practical exposure, and regular interactions with corporate practitioners invited as guest faculty. To ensure students develop a holistic personality, ready to excel in the professional world, the college has introduced soft skills programs that complement its academic and skill-based interventions. In keeping with its motto, "Character is Supreme," Hinduja College remains committed to fostering a sense of social responsibility in its students. Through various extracurricular activities, the college encourages students to engage in voluntary work with NGOs, alongside participating in initiatives such as National Service Scheme, NSS, National Cadet Corps, NCC, Distance Learning and Lifelong Education, DLLE, and the Nature Club, among others. Our students regularly participate in community outreach programs, especially at Jawhar Taluk of Palghar district, a predominantly tribal belt, where the Hinduja Foundation nurtures over 100 villages and hamlets. Students help build social infrastructure and contribute to the upgradation of primary school facilities. As we look to the future, Hinduja College is poised to redefine excellence in education while remaining deeply rooted in the values of our visionary founder, Shri P.D. Hinduja. With a focus on innovation, inclusivity, and integrity, the college will continue to set new benchmarks in education and reputation, nurturing the next generation of leaders who will contribute to society and the nation's progress. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to the much-awaited prize distribution ceremony, and I request the Honorable Vice President of India to kindly do the honors. The first award for the best student female goes to Ms. Siddhi Patel. She's from TYBCom, and she is from the degree-aided section. She gets a trophy, a memento, a certificate, and a cash prize of rupees 5,000. The next award for the best male student for the academic year 2024 from degree aided section is jointly shared by Mr. Nimish Patkar and Mr. Lokesh Chauhan, both from TYBCom. The next award goes to Miss Diya Doshi from third year BBI. She has been adjudged the best female student for the academic year 2024-25 from the self-financing session. Ms. Diya receives a trophy, a certificate, a memento, and a cash prize of rupees 5,000. The next award for the best male student from the academic year 2024-25 from the self-financing session goes to Mr. Bhaskar Hemant Joshi from TY BAF. Thank you, sir. And I'm sure the students will remember this moment. It is my honor now to invite our chief guest, the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, to deliver the keynote address. The students, please give a loud round of applause for that. I hope they'll remember this moment. Thank you.
Very good afternoon, all of you. Honorable Governor, Shri C.P. Radhakrishnan ji, Shri Ashok P. Hinduja ji, Chairman, the Hinduja Foundation. Ashok ji, what you reflected, express your sentiments. There can be many caveats. I am not as good as you indicated. You have set a very high benchmark for me. We have two very distinguished members of parliament. Praful Patel has been in parliament since 1991, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. A former union minister, one of the senior-most politicians of the country, has been instrumental with Football Association and is very good at scoring political goals. And another caveat that can come for me, Milind Devda. His father, Murli Devda ji, handheld me. A lovable politician for the entire nation, particularly for Mumbai. Milind is very promising and knows when to make the right move. I'm talking about those who can give caveats. We have amongst us Honorable Minister Mangal Prabhat Lodha. He is suave, polite, persuasive, and for a man like me, if a person is gifted with three qualities, there is everything to worry, because you can't anticipate. So there can be a legitimate caveat. And on top of it, if I'm staggering a little while, it's on account of presence of my son-in-law, Kartikeya Vajpayee. But the good relief is that Kartikeya is in the sound company of Soman Satya, and therefore will not be in that mode at the moment. But Ashokji, you rightly focused on something which is very fundamental and a contemporaneous need, and something which is part of our civilizational ethos and essence. We must remain well grounded and rooted to Sanatan. And Sanatan has to be part of our culture, our education. Because Sanatan stands for inclusivity. Sanatan offers solutions to the most intractable problems the global challenges indicate. I therefore appreciate it, and the endorsement by the Honorable Governor immediately is vindication of your stand. Srimati Harsha Hinduja ji, well, I have got formidable challenge from my wife, but I take some solace. Ashok ji is facing equally strong challenge. Sri Paul Abraham, President of the Hinduja Foundation, is a copybook person. He doesn't deviate from what is requirement for the college. While traversing journey of the college, he unfolded future programs. Srimati Chandrakala Joshi, Principal, Hinduja College. When I looked at the faculty, the very distinguished faculty, I found she has to be little fair to my gender. There were more women in the faculty than men. To be on a right side, I quickly looked at Praful Patel and then extended an invite to her that the faculty will be my guest for visit to the new building of Parliament, and I'll have the occasion to have lunch with them along with Shri Praful Patel and Milind Devda. Bombay is a place which gave to the country a principle of quid pro quo. And I so recall because I happened to be a politician who went to Parliament in 1989 and was a minister in 1990. But a small explanation. This is not quid pro quo. Distinguished members of the faculty, I must recognize the presence of some whom I know. But everyone present here is a distinguished person. I convey my respects. Shri Neeraj Bajaj, Shri Amarlal Hinduja ji, Dr. Rajesh Joshi, and Shri Rupani. I have had some connect with them in one form or the other. I am particularly here for young boys and girls. And let me tell you, boys and girls, first, there are no backbenchers. There are only backbenches. And let me tell you at the outset, all my life I happened to be a gold medalist. And that was never a good idea. I suffered traumatic obsession. What will happen if I don't come to number one? It was too late in the life I learned heavens have never fallen so far. Why fear them? It is good to be in the first top 10. So never have tension, never have stress. India today is envy of the world for the reason that it has your dividend of the youth. This demographic dividend is your possession, your repository. And undoubtedly, you are the most important stakeholders in democracy and governance. And therefore, I'm happy to announce here that the Indian Council of World Affairs, of which I happen to be the president, will have an MOU, Paul, with your organization. MOU will fructify in next 2 months, and I'll tell you the reason for the delay. We are awaiting a new director. We are looking for a good person that will give you an exposure to global events, and there will be footprint of global personalities here. Around the time Ashok Hinduja celebrates his 75th birthday, am I right? Yes, sir. So does the institution. The milestone is glorious both for the individual and the institution. By the way, he doesn't look that old. But this is an occasion also of stock taking, reflection, and planning for way forward. Planning in our times is very challenging because we have challenged times on account of onslaught of disruptive technologies, a kind of industrial revolution. A new era is being heralded virtually every moment. Those of the diplomats who are present here and bring on the table experience and exposure of their own countries will bear me out. And therefore, the Institute will have to focus way forward strategy. It is soothing to note it has quite a mark at the national level. It will be a deemed university, but time for it to set the tone to become a global institute of excellence. It was indicated a while ago. Learning. I keep on telling boys and girls, शिक्षांत कभी नहीं होती है, दीक्षांत होता है. Learning never stops. Even after you leave the institute, you have to learn every day. And this principle was first put in public domain in pre-Socrates era by a great philosopher, Heraclitus. And Heraclitus, reflecting on change, said, the only constant in life is the change. He buttressed it by an illustration. The same person cannot enter the same river twice because neither the person is the same nor the river is the same. So boys and girls, keep on learning. And what your computer tells you, keep on self-learning also, because you are your best teacher. Take this institute for instance. It was seeded by Shri Paramchand Hinduja ji. It was a Sindhi teaching school to begin with. And look at that sapling, the shape it has taken now. It is fructifying aspirations of 6,000 students, which means a small beginning yields great results. When in 1969 on 20th July, incidentally 20th July happens to be birthday of my wife. Another coincidence, it was on that day in 2019, President of India signed my warrant appointing me Governor, State of West Bengal. But let me invite attention to what Neil Armstrong said. He said, small step for me, big leap for mankind. What was done to begin with will turn out undoubtedly, according to me, one of the best institutions in the world. It has a vast pool of alumni across sectors. Now, this has enormous potential. This potential can reflect in several ways. Time to harness it. An initiative can emanate from here, blessed by Hinduja Foundation, for emergence of a confederation of alumni associations. We have alumni associations, but I'm referring to confederation. This will go a long way in contributing sectoral policy evolution of the government. Just imagine if there are confederations of IIT alumni associations, IIM alumni associations, and associations of the kind that your college represents. This confederation can go a long way. Such convergence of talent is a valuable pool for government. It can enlighten the government on policy pathways. Hinduja Foundation is well enabled to catalyze alumni confederation culture across institutions in the country. While I appreciate great job that is being done by the faculty, it is a satisfied faculty that makes for the institution. Institution is defined by the infrastructure because that is the basic need. But an institution is recognized by the faculty it has. I am so happy and delighted to see the faculty is committed and vibrant. But then institutions blossom beyond faculty and infrastructure. It is therein that I express a deep sense of gratitude to Hinduja Foundation and members of the family for sustaining this institution through continuous philanthropy. Ladies and gentlemen, Hinduja Group has been at the center of India's growth story. The Hinduja Group is multinational, multi-sector conglomerate with pronounced social and cultural footprints. Group's deep interest in education, philanthropy, and sublime commitment to Bharatiya culture are commendable. It was a pleasant revelation to me when I was laying foundation stone of a building in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in New Delhi. I gathered that the Hinduja Group helped establish the first overseas branch of Vidya Bhavan in New York. A great step. The leaders of the group have realized the need to bridge East and West divide. And why it is essential? Because there has to be portrayal of the Orient in authentic way. Because there are challenges emanating from the West. And from that perspective, the group is working in that direction. One instance I can share with the distinguished audience. Establishment of Dharam Hinduja Indic Research Center at Columbia University is a very desirable move. We look forward, Ashokji, for more such steps in this direction. Friends, I need to reflect on some concerning aspects for larger good. Sharing a concern is always good because then we can address the problem. Philanthropic endeavors should not be driven by philosophy of commodification and commercialization. Our health and education sectors are being plagued by these. The group in this context offers emulative instance by confining philanthropy much away from commerce. The group is wedded to the concept of giving back to the society. I urge everyone so involved to nurture this culture. Many in the audience will bear me out that endowments of some of the universities in the US is in billions of dollars. What is there in this country that we do not have this culture? In the West, anyone walking out of an institute stands committed to make some fiscal contribution. Quantum is never important. I would urge our corporates to think in that direction. Friends, according to me, education is the most impactful transformative mechanism because it brings about equality. It cuts into inequities. It affords level playing field. It creates genius by discovering the genius through the path of education. Our framers of the Constitution were very wise men. They put education in the concurrent list. Those of you who are not lawyers, by concurrent list means it is a joint concern of the state and the union. I would appeal from this platform, a platform where I have witnessed that by way of philanthropy, it is giving back to the society. It is concurrent responsibility between the government and the private sector. Those in industry, trade, business, and commerce must come forward and take initiatives. I appeal the country's private sector to rise to this occasion and accord highest priority to education. My friend Praful Patel is doing it in his own way. I await an invitation to his contribution in this sector. India at the moment is in economic upsurge. We have phenomenal infrastructural growth, deep digitization, technological penetration. Because people of this country have tested in last decade fruits of development. People-centric policies have been highly rewarding. This has converted the nation as the most aspirational nation in the world at the moment. And therefore, education gets primacy. Quality education is a gift. And we in the country must work towards educational excellence. We have seen, and you have noticed, by way of startups, unicorns and otherwise, our industries are evolving. Corporate leaders should view investment in education, not a charity. Beyond philanthropy, it is investment in our present, investment in our future, and to put it straightway, it is investment for development of their industry, business, and trade. And therefore, all efforts must be taken that these investments take quantum leap. Look at our country. If our GDP at one point of time was 1/3 of the world or more, it was premised on what count? We had glorified institutions, Odantpuri, Takshila, Vikramshila, Sompura, Nalanda, Vallabhi. The world frowned. Scholars came from every nook and corner of the globe to get knowledge and give knowledge and share knowledge. Thirst of knowledge was satisfied. But then what happened about 1200 years ago? Nalanda, ancient India's intellectual jewel. It housed 10,000 students and 2,000 teachers. 9-storied building. And what happened? 1193, Bakhtiyar Khilji, reckless, destroyer of our culture, our academic institution. The premises were set to fire. For months, fire consumed vast libraries, turning hundreds and thousands of irreplaceable manuscripts on mathematics, medicine, and philosophy to ash. This vandalized devastation wasn't merely architectural, but represented the systematic erosion of centuries of knowledge. And that makes, Ashokji, your observation relevant. We must make our people aware about Sanatan values. Ladies and gentlemen, what vanished in those flames was the living record of ancient Indian thought, creating an intellectual void that continues to echo through history as one of the civilization's most profound cultural losses. Just look around, which country can take pride in 5,000 years of civilizational ethos? No one comes close to us. And now, fortunately in this century, we have re-arrived at the global stage. We need to reclaim that glory. We are on way. We have to take a holistic view of education in this country. I call upon leaders, parliamentarians, and thought leaders present here. We have to monetize every moment of this century. We cannot afford to fall victim or prey to narratives that emanate from sources that are inimical to the very existence of Bharat. We have to work to revive institutions like Nalanda, our intellectual legacy. And this is essential for realizing goal of Viksit Bharat at 2047. Friends, the entire world knows today, India is no longer a nation with potential. Viksit Bharat is not a dream. It is a certain definitive destination. And it may be fast-tracked much before 2047 if we bestow indulgent attention to education. We have a litany of IITs, IIMs across India's academic landscape. But right now, if we look around, many niche areas, our institutional footprint is either fragile, thin, or not at all there. Now, when we are faced with such a situation, it is fundamentally required that we diagnose the issue. A resolution cannot emanate unless we know the ground reality. These are the areas where we can take lead in the world. It is for the first time, I think, in last several decades, that India is in single-digit number of countries that are focusing on quantum computing, green hydrogen, artificial intelligence, and even commercial exploitation of 6G technology. But then, we need a skilled manforce. Our young boys and girls are still in the same silo or groove of government jobs. My young friends, boys and girls, if International Monetary Fund accolades Bharat as a favorite destination of investment and opportunity, it is not on account of government jobs. If World Bank hails us that the digitization that has happened in this country, penetration virtually to the last village in 6 years is otherwise not accomplishable in 4 decades. And therefore, please be aware of the opportunity basket that is ever getting enlarged for you. Whether it is blue economy, space economy, whether you are on the sea surface, deep sea, ground, sky or space. Opportunities for our youth and corporates are ever enlarging. But then institutions like yours have to be crucibles of change. You have to focus very deeply on research. I must share with you one concern. Research is not for the self. Research is not supposed to be on the shelf. Research is not assimilation of cut and paste. Research is not surface scratching. Research has to correlate to the ground transformative mechanisms. And therefore, everyone involved with research, we must be having stringent standards to assess our research. This country has a great potential. Government is only one facet. If we go much beyond the government and give ideas to the people, in any field, results will be geometric. Ashok ji, I am making an appeal to you now. Through you, I am making an appeal to everyone who is possessed of wealth, possessed of wisdom, and keenly devoted to serving the society by giving it back. Please let us have greenfield institutions in niche areas for new and emerging technologies. There must be centers of research. And I can share with you, distinguished audience, and my two very distinguished parliamentarian friends will bear me out, and the Honorable Minister would also know of it. The governmental policies are going a long way in promoting contribution in these areas. Long way. Only a team has to be constituted by leaders in industry, trade, commerce, and business to exploit the fullest potential of these areas. I have for a long time held an idea dear to me. If the corporates come together, our organizations like FICCI, CII, ASSOCHAM, PhD, and various other chambers, if they pool their CSR, we can have every year institutes of excellence springing up in various parts of the country. If a modest target is set for 4 in a year, the government has only lent to make available. Rest, I'm sure you'll bear me out. Industry is quite capable when it comes to creating infrastructure or securing human faculty. Faculty is best attracted through the industry because then there is an assurance of stability. So these kind of ideas must be there. Another issue which we are facing in the country is we have institutes of excellence, but the variation is taking place only on account of faculty. There is no infrastructural variation. Faculty mobility, we must think about it. Presently, the system is such that a systemic change is required. But a foundation of the stature of Hinduja Foundation can catalyze a big movement in this area. And therefore, faculty members from one place to another can navigate. There can be a group to look after them. That will go a long way. Technology has to be used in particular to change the rural landscape of school education. That is foundational. And to bring that about, we have to use technology. The country at the moment, distinguished audience, has 400 aspirational blocks. If corporates adopt blocks, then what they will get? In every village, you'll find there will be enough land for the school, enough infrastructure. Even teachers are well paid as compared to the private. What is lacking is motivation and greasing. So that engine of education can fire on all cylinders if corporates converge on this idea to adopt aspirational blocks. And that, I can assure you, will be a game changer. This will reflect public-private partnership in sublimity and making lives of India much better. I don't know, something is wrong with my staff today. Normally, when I address and my time is over, they put a glass of water here, which means I must conclude. Someone has forgotten. But one reason is that my PS, a brilliant 2011 IS officer from Bihar, who has been district magistrate in 4 or 5 districts, and in the directorate, 3 directorates, is new to the office at the moment. But next time, Alok, you have to make it for sure. Doesn't matter, I take this as limit for last 1 minute. Friends, as we commemorate 75 years of KPB Hinduja College, let us celebrate the rich legacy. Let us pay our tributes to the legendary figure who had this vision and nurture it to the next level. Let us leverage every resource to make it a global benchmark. With the collective efforts of faculty, students, alumni, and stakeholders, I have no doubt this college will scale greater heights in the years to come as deemed university. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to KPB Hinduja College, its faculty, Hinduja Foundation, and Hinduja family on this remarkable milestone. May the next 75 years be even more glorious, filled with new achievements, milestones, and contributions to the society. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I now request everyone present here to stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Ladies and gentlemen, may I request your cooperation by remaining seated as we bid farewell to our Honorable Vice President, the Second Lady, and the Governor. There is an announcement for the dignitaries. You are please requested to submit your passes after the high tea to Ms. Joita or Ms. Gulnar. Students, please maintain silence.